The dining room buzzed with the usual chaos, plates clinking, voices overlapping, until my father's sharp tone sliced through it all. "You've always been so unambitious, Elena," he said, his words landing like a punch. The chatter faded, all eyes turning my way. "Not everyone's built for the big time, and that's okay. Leave the heavy lifting to folks like your brother." I set my fork down, deliberate and slow, hiding the tremor in my hands beneath the table. "Funny," I replied, my voice steady as I locked eyes with him, "because aside from you, Dad, this unambitious nobody is the only one here with a real track record." Across the table, my brother Liam smirked, that smug, infuriating grin I'd known since we were kids. "My name's Elena Harper. I'm 32 years old, but back when this all started, I was just the overlooked middle kid in a family obsessed with glitz and glory. My dad, Vincent Harper, had clawed his way to the top of Chicago's real estate game, building an empire that towered over the city. Liam, the eldest, was his golden child, the heir apparent despite his knack for screwing things up. My younger sister, Chloe, was the family's princess, more invested in Instagram likes than anything resembling ambition. And me? I was the quiet one, the reliable one, the one they all forgot. Dinner dragged on in a haze. Liam bragged about some flashy new deal he'd closed, though I'd caught wind at the last company party that it was a mess waiting to unravel. Dad ate it up, peppering him with questions, basking in his son's glow. Chloe tossed in her usual fluff about brunches and brand collabs, while I sat there, pushing mashed potatoes around my plate, wondering why I still showed up to these torture sessions. Growing up, I tried to keep pace, tried to make them see me. Top of my class, internship stacked like trophies. I thought hard work would finally earn me a nod. But it was never enough. "You're too soft, Elena," Dad would say, shaking his head. "No killer instinct for this business." It didn't matter that I outshone my peers or had ideas that could have dragged Harper Realty into the future. They'd already labeled me a write-off. The breaking point hit a few years back, though they didn't even blink. I was in one of those pointless strategy meetings at Harper Realty, Dad and Liam calling the shots, the rest of us just props. I'd come prepared with a pitch. A detailed plan to flip a failing property into a gold mine. Weeks of research, numbers triple-checked. I was sure even Dad couldn't brush it off. 2 sentences in, Liam cut me off. "That spot's dead." He scoffed. "We've already lost too much on it." "Next." "I've found a way," I started, but Dad waved me off like I was a fly. "If Liam says it's done, it's done. Move on." My face burned as they steamrolled past me. My proposal left crumpled in their wake. That night I decided, if they wouldn't hear me out, I'd make them regret it on my terms. I didn't storm out of Harper Realty, that'd be too loud. Instead I went quiet, picking up a rundown duplex on the edge of town with my meager savings. It was a risk, but I saw what no one else did. Weekends became marathons of paint rollers and plumbing fixes, learning the ropes of property management on the fly. A year later I sold it, small profit, big win. My win. That was just the spark. I teamed up with Mia Chen, a razor-sharp investor I'd met through a friend. Mia was my perfect match, brilliant, seasoned, and just as hungry to prove the doubters wrong. Together, we hunted Chicago's overlooked gems, turning cast-offs into cash cows. By 30, I'd built a portfolio that hummed, apartments, boutique offices, prime retail spots, all under Chen and Company. A name my family wouldn't blink at. I wasn't just raking in profits, I was carving out a legacy, one they'd never suspect. Every deal was a middle finger to the past. While Harper Realty stumbled over its bloated empire, I snapped up their discards and made them shine. Mia caught me one night, hunched over spreadsheets, coffee in hand. "You're a machine, Elena," she teased, sliding me a fresh cup. "Even robots need a breather." I grinned, sipping the brew. "Can't stop. These numbers? They're screaming for the next move. There's this office building near the Loop, total sleeper. I've got a plan." Mia smirked, leaning back. "Let me guess, undervalued, ignored by the big dogs. And you've already cracked how to make it a jackpot." "Pretty much," I said, laughing. "The kind of place Dad and Liam would sneer at, which makes it mine." She leaned in, eyes glinting. "How long till they figure out who's behind Chen and Company?" "Maybe soon," I shrugged, swirling my coffee. "But by then it won't matter. We're not just surviving, we're killing it. And honestly," I paused, "I don't even care if they know anymore. I don't need their thumbs up." Mia studied me, then nodded. "You're not chasing their approval, Elena. This is for you. But man, I'd kill to see their faces when they connect the dots. I laughed, clinking my cup to hers. To building something badass. Family dinners were still a gauntlet. Elena, when's the last time you even showed up at the office? Dad would jeer, shaking his head like I was a lost cause. Liam, never missing a beat, would pile on, not that anyone's crying over it. Your input isn't exactly missed. They thought it was a zinger, oblivious I'd checked out years ago. First to focus on my projects, then to save my sanity. I'd pop into shareholder meetings when I had to, then vanish. To them, I was a ghost. To me, it was freedom. Mia fronted Chin and Company, our call from day one. She handled the spotlight, interviews, deals. Schmoozing while I stayed in the shadows, plotting every move. Her charisma was a weapon, my strategy was the ammo. To the world, Chin and Company was Mia's baby, a rising star led by a fierce woman with a knack for spotting diamonds in the rough. No one knew I was the brains behind the curtain, and I liked it that way. My name wasn't on the letterhead, my face wasn't in the press, just a silent shareholder in Harper Realty to anyone who cared to look. Perfect cover. But secrets that big don't stay buried forever. The bigger we got, the brighter the spotlight, and I knew a reckoning was coming. The industry gala was Dad and Liam's playground, glitz, power, and egos on parade. I wasn't planning to go, too much noise, not enough point, but Mia wouldn't let it slide. Come on, Elena, she said, tossing a sleek black dress onto my couch. You've earned this. Plus, it'll be hilarious watching them squirm when Chin and Company steals the show. I caved, figuring I'd blend into the crowd. Dad and Liam wouldn't notice me anyway. The ballroom dripped with wealth, chandeliers gleaming, champagne flowing, Chicago's elite swapping small talk. I spotted Dad and Liam right away and braced myself. Well, look who crawled out of hiding. Liam sneered as I passed their table. These things are for players, Elena, not benchwarmers. Play nice, Dad muttered, barely glancing up as he fixed his tie. Just don't trip over yourself and embarrass us. I bit back a retort and slipped away to Mia's table, out of their line of sight. How's the family reunion? Mia whispered, smirking. Predictable. I sighed. Let's just survive this. The night rolled on, awards piling up, none for Harper Realty. Dad's mood soured with every snub, Liam's swagger fading fast. I watched from the sidelines, half amused, until the host's voice boomed, and the final award for innovation and excellence in real estate goes to Chin and Company. My heart stopped. The room erupted as Mia stood radiant, heading for the stage. Dad and Liam swapped baffled looks. How'd some upstart beat them? Mia took the mic, all grace and fire. Thank you, she started. This means everything to Chin and Company. We built this company on a vision, finding value where others see trash, innovating where others play it safe. Tonight proves we're on the right track. The crowd clapped, but Mia wasn't done. Her tone softened, eyes finding mine. This isn't just about me or our team. It's about someone who's been the soul of this company from day one. She shuns the spotlight, but without her brilliance, her grit, Chin and Company wouldn't exist. Every deal, every risk, every win. It's because of my partner, Elena Harper. The room went dead quiet, then buzzed. Head swiveled my way. Dad's jaw locked. Liam's smirk vanished. Mia kept going. Elena's the kind of leader who doesn't need to scream. She lets her work roar. She sees gold where others see garbage, takes risks they're too scared to touch. It's time the world knows her name. Applause swelled, my team on their feet cheering. Mia beckoned me forward. Elena, come up here. This is yours too. My legs wobbled. But her smile pulled me on stage. The spotlight hit, and I felt every stare. Dad's, Liam's, the industry's. Mia handed me the award, whispering, say something. I stepped up, throat tight. Thank you, I said, voice firming up. This is overwhelming, but it means the world. Mia and I took a chance on the overlooked properties, ideas, ourselves. Tonight's proof it paid off. To everyone who backed us, thank you. And to those who didn't, a tiny smile crept out. Thanks for doubting us. It lit the fire. Laughter mixed with applause. Dad's face was a mask. Liam looked ready to snap. Back at our table, Mia grinned. That was epic. What's your dad thinking right now? I glanced over, Dad rigid, Liam fuming. Chloe sipping wine like it was just another Tuesday. No clue, I said. But I don't need to know anymore. Later, Dad cornered me. Elena, we need to talk, he said, Liam lurking behind. Arms crossed. Talk? Liam snapped. What's to say? You've been stabbing us in the back. Mia's smile stayed cool, but her voice sharpened. Stabbing? I'd say Elena's doing what you couldn't, winning. But let's save that chat for later. Dad silenced Liam with a look. Outside, Elena. Just us. On the terrace, the city sparkled below. He gripped the railing quiet too long. I didn't know, he finally said low. Had no idea you could do this. Because you never looked, I shot back, calm but cutting. You and Liam wrote me off years ago. He sighed. I thought I was shielding you. This game's ruthless. I didn't think you had it in you. For what? To outsmart you? To win? His silence stung. But then he met my eyes. I was wrong, he said. Tonight proved it. Days later he showed up at my office, briefcase in tow, all business. Mia and I sat across from him as he slid a folder over. The board's offering to buy Chun and Company, he said. Your vision could take Harper Realty to new heights. Mia glanced my way. Nice offer, Mr. Harper. But Elena calls this one. He looked at me. Expectant. I didn't flinch. No. Elena, at least. No, I cut in steady. I didn't build this to hand it over. I'm not crawling back to a place that ignored me for years. I'm free, Dad. And I'm staying that way. He stared, then nodded, closing the folder. I underestimated you, he said, voice soft. Not again. As he walked out, I felt lighter than ever. I didn't need his nod. I'd built my own empire. And I was damn well keeping it.